Hi, Mandy.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Let me put your information in. How was your holiday?
I was working at the daycare most of the time.
Oh, so you were busy.
Yeah. I worked one more day, so like 4 days each week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's see here. Hold on a second. Just give me a minute. Are you? Oi, oi, oi. Oh, 68. 0613. What class is this for?
The ECE 313.
ECE
The the early ed class
313, you
yeah,
said, right?
313, the writing class.
Let me go look. Okay. Let's see. Ah. Pretty nasty out. It's nice you didn't have to come in.
Yeah. But I still need to come to campus for class later.
Oh, yeah. What time in class?
7 to 10.
Oh, okay. You'll be
That's this class. This that late.
wow. I
Yeah.
heard your grades were great, by the way.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Good work. Hard work pays off there.
Yeah, I went to tutoring every week.
Yeah, it mattered. That's really good.
Yep, yep.
I'm pleased. All right. ECED 313. Yep, that's it. Okay. Oh, I go back and I know you sent me something.
Mhm.
If I can find that. Okay, now here it is.
It's
I
a
remember.
discussion board. Or
Yes, that's your first thing, huh?
yeah,
And I see you already did it. And you watched a video, huh?
yeah. It was
Okay.
not really 13 minute, it was like 10 minute long. It's a TED talk.
Oh, was it interesting?
Yeah, it was
Good,
interesting.
good. What age do young children begin to lose the ability to okay? 8. What do they mean by citizens of the world?
They didn't really mention what it was, but like just so-called say like when you're learning language at the early age for this the one that was speaking, this Patricia K, she said she considered babies the citizens of the world when
Uh-huh.
they're like learning the language like in the beginning, like with the sounds and speech. They're so-called
Yeah.
yeah, in the beginning stages.
So they're kind of learning all language or something.
Yeah.
And then eventually they get kind of culture bound. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting. Right. Example, please see. Okay. All right. Bye. Have fun. All right. So this is due this coming Friday. All right. So at what age do young children begin to lose the ability to differentiate speech sounds from any language? And you say the age where young children begin to lose their ability to differentiate speech sounds from any language is before they turn 1 year old. Yes, that's good. Okay. So before they turn 1. All right. Now, A, why do babies change from citizens of the world to culture-bound listeners by losing this ability to hear differences in speech sounds regardless of language? Instead of saying that's because,
Yes.
say, restate the question better. Let's see. How about babies are no longer citizens of the world because, so instead of that, it's always good to restate the question, what you usually do. You think, yeah, babies are no longer citizens of the world? Is that what we said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Because when they turn 1 year old, they will become take out the will. Babies are no longer citizens of the world because when they turn 1 year old, they become culture-bound listeners. Okay, and then here I'd say this means that. This means that. And then a small b on babies. This means that. Put an S on B. There you go. This means that babies will be listening more to the language, the sounds from the speech. To which language? They'll be listening more to the language,
Oh, darling.
like the language they're growing up in, sort of?
Like the one that the people gonna talk to them in.
Okay. So how would you say that? Listening more to the language. How about listening more to the language of those around them?
Which
Okay, this means that babies will be listening more to the language of those around them than to, put a 2 in there,
okay.
and to the sounds and to the sounds like the sounds of languages from other cultures.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Okay. Then to the sounds of languages from other cultures. Because that's what I think I've heard, that
Mhm.
when you're a baby, you hear sounds from all the different languages, and then you kind of pick and choose considering what's really around you. So at birth, maybe you hear the sounds of German and French and Chinese and Japanese and English. But as you get older and you're, let's say, French, you're going to focus in on the French sounds and eliminate the other sounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This means that babies are more to the language of those around them, to the sounds, than to the sounds from why don't you just say from other languages?
From other languages?
Yeah, that are not being directly spoken to them. It is hard to figure out how to say this. And to the sounds from other languages that are not directly spoken to them. Sounds from other languages that are not. Yeah, I'd say that's how I'd say it. It's not perfect, but it's better. Is it okay?
Yeah.
It makes sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Using an example you've experienced, briefly discuss the role a human being plays in a child's language development. An example that I experienced where the role of a human being plays a major role. Let's say we don't want too many roles here. Just say we're a human being. So take out the role of.
Okay.
Example that I experienced, and you don't need that comma after experienced either. An example that I experienced with the role of a human being. No, okay, we want to get rid of the role of those three words. Yeah, there. Okay, where an example that I experienced where a human being plays a major role in a child's language development. And then I would take out this comma here. An example that I experienced where human beings child's language development is talking to kids is how talking to kids. Is how talking. Yeah, forgot the is.
Well,
is how talking to kids. Get rid of the does. And then put an S on helps. An example that I experienced where a human being plays a major role in a child's language development. Talking to kids helps them understand the language. Children will be able to repeat what they hear after they hear it a few times. I have seen this happen at the daycare. At the daycare where I work. I've seen this happen at the daycare where I'm. And then you just need to get rid of this at. Now, I've seen this happen at the daycare where I work during the morning drop-offs. My coworker say hi in Chinese, which is Put the period after the O here. So periods go inside quotation marks.
Okay.
Huh? My coworker will say hi in Chinese. And then put hold it, put a comma after Chinese. That's why there's a little line.
Okay.
See, it disappeared. My coworker will say hi in Chinese, which is, how do you pronounce it?
Ni hao.
Ni hao. I saw one of my students who has a speech delay. Repeat what my coworker said. Okay. Let's put the one morning here so it doesn't go at the end. One morning, because it gets lost at the end. Capitalize that. One morning, I saw one of the students who has a speech delay repeat my coworker. What's that? Okay. When I saw a student who has a speech delay. Let's put commas here. Comma. One morning, I saw one of the students who has a speech delay. What's wrong? No. Right. All right. Oh, yeah. I see. I'm gonna, um, uh,
Yes.
just thinking. Maybe you should explain that a little, like another sentence. Just for, why is that amazing?
Mm, because like the kid never really talks. He like only.
Okay, that makes sense. Let's just say that though. This was unusual because, or amazing because, whatever you think. And you want unusual. That's usual. Put a UN in there.
Uh,
Good. This was unusual because the child never talked. Talked until recently. Recently, and yet was able to respond.
yeah.
My coworker. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Can a child learn more than one language from birth? What conditions will make it possible? What I saw in the video, it seems like babies are about to absorb languages and at the same time not really understand Okay. Not about. How about able? Not are able to absorb languages. Is that okay?
Yeah. Let's see.
What I saw in the video, it seems like babies are able to absorb languages and at the same time not really understand the language being spoken to them at the moment. Okay? Yeah, that seems fine. In the research shown in the video, English-speaking babies were shown to not really understand what not really understand. I think it was. Yeah. The research showed in the video, English-speaking babies were shown to not really understand what was spoken to them, since it's not okay. Let's see. Can we say part of?
Yeah.
Makes sense? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to conditions that would make it possible, what's the it?
May, I think it's like so-called their ability to learn more languages. Like
Okay.
with the condition part, is that what conditions would make it possible? I think that it was from that question that it.
Okay, how about language learning? Is that possible?
I
Is that
think
right?
I think so.
I think so. Is that okay?
Mm,
Okay, when it comes to conditions that would make language learning possible, the babies need to be exposed to the sounds of the language. The babies also need people to talk to them in another language for them to understand what's being said to them. Yeah, okay, that seems good. Given what you learned from the video, what advice would you give to parents who are considering exposing their child to recorded language, trying to help the child learn the language even though the language is not spoken? I see. Okay. Recorded language training. Okay. The advice I would give parents who are considering exposing their child to recorded language is to be careful. When the babies are watching the videos in language, they will be learning a new language. Okay. Babies. But at the same time, they might be learning their first language, the one their parents want to. Yeah, maybe let's not say learn here. Let's say retain. Okay. At
okay.
the same time, they might be losing their first language. One, parents. Okay. The daycare where I work, there's a new student. Let's do it. For example. Okay.
Okay.
I like those. For example. The daycare where I work, there's a new student who's there's a new student whose parent I see whose parents for example at the daycare where I work there's a new student whose parent new student whose parent does not understand English at all. This parent had used a translator from Spanish to English. This parent used a translator, like an app, or a person?
The so-called, it looked like maybe Google Translate, but it was somehow a translator.
I'm going to say app because it's a little confusing. I thought maybe it was a human being. This parent used a translator app from Spanish to English. Translation, the application was kind of confusing. All right, this is all fine what you have, but it doesn't relate to your word of caution. So do you think you need to bring it back, sort of, this last sentence, and say that if the parent may end up not understanding the kid, or I don't know how you say it. You know what I mean, though? You're not really going back to your word of advice. Advice I would give parents who are considering exposing their child to recorded languages to be careful. When the babies are watching the videos in another language, they will be learning a new language. But at the same time, they might be losing their first language, the one their parents want them to retain. For example, at the daycare where I work, there's a new student whose parent does not understand English at all. This parent used, is the parent from Mexican or what?
They're from Venezuela.
Say Venezuelan. I have no idea how you spell that. Venezuela. No idea. Okay, spell Venice. There we go. Thank you. For example, at the daycare where I work, there's a new student whose Venezuelan parent does not understand English at all. This parent used a translator app to translate from Spanish to English. Is that right? Spanish?
Mm-hmm.
The translation in the application was kind of confusing, but I kind of understood what the parent was trying to say. But you're still not getting to your caution thing. However, what's the danger here? So you're okay, you understand, but you're not the kid. This has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
What are you worried might happen?
So-called even the kid don't know English too.
Yeah.
So like only when there's a Spanish speaking teacher, the kid will like be more calm. Yeah.
Is the kid are you worried that the kid is not going to know Spanish?
I think the kid right now might be trying to learn a new language, but they know their own language for that kid.
Wait, what language? English or Spanish?
They're Spanish from Venezuela. They're kind of Spanish.
Okay. So how does that English app fit in there?
Because it was the parent that was trying to communicate with the teachers that didn't speak Spanish.
Okay.
And then at that moment, there wasn't no Spanish speaker teacher there to like help translate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know that this works with what you said.
Okay.
Because you're talking about how the kid might lose their first language. And I don't know that your example is working with this.
Okay. Hmm.
So, I mean, I'm thinking it should be something like, however, I worry that the
Yeah, I
baby,
think like the communication if after the baby been in the classroom for a few more months, start
yeah,
to like understand English more.
more than,
More like the baby just started this month, so like they've been speaking only Spanish to the child at home.
okay, so they may understand English more than,
Um, yeah, but the parent not sure if they will understand English because they mostly speak
okay,
Spanish.
so that goes back to the advice you're giving.
Yeah.
But you have to get that in here.
Mm-hmm.
Worry that after a few months of English language learning, the baby may have an easier time understanding English. Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a girl.
Does than her native language. This may be setting to babies. What do you think about that?
Mm, yeah, okay.
You see, that goes back to your fear. What you're saying is your worry here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
I don't think you need this line in here,
Which one?
right here.
Oh,
I think you're
okay.
going off track.
Oh, okay.
It's not really about you. I take it out.
Oh, okay. Uh,
That we won't use. Okay, I think it all hangs together now with your advice.
okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Yeah,
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you weren't going where you wanted to go, I don't think.
yeah, okay.
Okay, I think we're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so I'm going to see you. When do I see you? Next Monday or next what? Do I see you on Wednesdays?
Yeah, I don't see you on Mondays now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you need to, you can. Just tell Christina.
Because like I don't have Mondays with you. You're available on Mondays still too?
Yeah, I got a couple students, but I still have openings.
Um, for your Wednesday, is there a later time or this time the only opening for you right
I think there's a later time. I'm here till 5.
now?
And I know I don't have a 4 o'clock.
Because right now this is okay, but like I have so much time in between, like for my class. There's so much time.
Talk to Christina about this. It should be fine. I just have 2 other students. In fact, at the moment, I think I only have 1 other student on Wednesdays. I have 2 others on Mondays. But you should be able to arrange time with her. Just write her a note.
Okay. Yeah, because
Okay.
this time is okay, but like since I have like so much time in between class
Yeah.
to 7 is so much time, and there's the tutor that tutor on the library floor, their tutor time is like not open to my time.
Okay, as
It's like
far as I
early in the
remember,
morning.
I have a 2 o'clock. I have a 2 o'clock now.
Mhm.
But I think other than that, I don't have anyone. So you could go later or
Yeah.
earlier. And I start at 11.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
here 11 to 5.
Okay. Yeah, I might just switch the time since
Just talk to
like,
her, send her an email because she's the one who does it.
yeah, okay.
And then if you need me on Monday, tell her that too. I can't remember what times I work on Monday.
Uh-huh.
I'm here 11 to 5 and I have 2 students, but I don't remember what time.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
All right, kiddo. I'll talk to you Monday or Wednesday next week.
Yeah, if the Monday's open, I might see you Monday too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, send her an email, let her deal with it. I know she's out of town for a couple days, so send her the email sooner rather than later.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
All right, I'll see you soon.
Okay,
Take care.
bye-bye. Thank you.
Sure. Bye.
Bye. So much time in between. 1:48.